Hey, you got a raise last year. Maybe a better job. Maybe you picked up extra work on the side. You are earning more than you were 2 years ago, possibly more than you ever have. The numbers going in should be higher. The numbers sitting in your account disagree, and you cannot quite figure out why. Here are 6 habits that are quietly keeping you broke without you ever suspecting it. Number 6, lifestyle inflation. You land a better job. You upgrade the apartment. The car gets a tier nicer. The restaurants move up a level. You tell yourself this is what progress looks like. And it does look like progress because everything around you is visibly better. Here is what is not better: your savings rate, your investment contributions, your net worth. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it is the financial equivalent of running on a treadmill and calling it a road trip. Your expenses expand to fill whatever income you produce. The raise arrives, and before it can accumulate into anything, it has already been committed to a slightly upgraded version of the life you already had. The average American receives a salary increase of 3 to 5% annually. Their spending tends to rise by a nearly identical margin, which means the gap between what comes in and what gets built stays exactly the same, while everything on the surface appears to be improving. Your apartment is nicer. Your car is newer. Your account balance at the end of the month has not moved meaningfully in years. Your lifestyle got the promotion. Your net worth is still waiting in the lobby. And the cool part is it never feels like a mistake. Every upgrade felt earned. Every improvement felt deserved. That is what makes lifestyle inflation so effective. It is indistinguishable from success until you run the numbers. Number 5, the subscription trap. You signed up for the streaming service during the trial period. Then a second one because a show you wanted came out. Then the fitness app. Then the premium tier of something you open 4 times a year. Then the cloud storage, the meal kit, the digital newspaper, and the upgraded plan for an app you downloaded and used twice. Each one costs somewhere between $5 and $15 a month, which feels like nothing, because individually, none of them feel like anything. But here is what $5 to $15 actually is. It is $60 to $180 a year per subscription. Carry 12 of these running quietly in the background, and you are looking at over $700 annually, leaving your account with no active decision required on your part. That is the engineered genius of the subscription model. It does not need you to love the product. It just needs you to not cancel it. And canceling requires effort. And effort is something most people defer indefinitely. Your inertia is their quarterly revenue. They built a multi-billion-dollar industry around the statistical certainty that you will forget. They were not wrong. Number 4, financing liabilities. The couch went on a buy now, pay later plan. The phone is on a 2-year installment. The laptop, the television, the new tires, the bedroom set, all of it split into small monthly amounts that felt manageable, because individually, each payment was manageable. Here is what is not manageable: the financial logic sitting underneath all of it. None of these items are investments. A couch does not appreciate. A phone begins losing resale value the moment you peel the screen protector off. A television is worth measurably less the day after you mount it than it was the day before. You are not purchasing assets. You are purchasing liabilities, on credit, with interest attached. Which means you are paying a premium above the original price for something that will never again be worth what you originally paid. That is the complete transaction. You pay more than the sticker price, over time, through installments, for something that is simultaneously depreciating during every month you are making payments on it. The furniture is not a flex. It is a liability on a payment schedule dressed up as home decor. Ledger is not impressed. The buy now, pay later button is not a financial tool. It is a politely worded mechanism for making expensive things feel affordable until they are neither. Number 3, frictionless spending. You did not buy anything expensive today. You got a coffee, you grabbed a snack at the register, you added something to your online cart because the order needed $2 more to qualify for free shipping. And free shipping felt responsible. You picked up lunch because packing one felt like effort you did not have. None of these moments registered as financial decisions. They felt like things that simply happened to you. The average American spends between $200 and $400 per month on individual purchases under $20. Run that out over 12 months, and it sits somewhere between $2,400 and $4,800 spent on items you could not recall from memory by the following Thursday.
Your brain does not process small purchases as spending. It processes them as frictionless moments, the same way it processes adjusting the thermostat. There is no deliberation, no comparison, just an immediate want and a frictionless way to satisfy it before the thought completes, which is precisely why these purchases accumulate without resistance. You are not overspending in any single moment. You are simply not noticing, consistently and repeatedly, across every day of every month, until the not noticing becomes the financial plan. The coffee was $3. The problem is the last 960 coffees. Number 2, credit card illusions. Swiping a card does not feel like spending. There is no cash leaving a wallet, no physical exchange that registers as loss the way handing over bills does, because the pain of payment gets cleanly separated from the moment of purchase by exactly 30 days and a minimum payment option. Research has demonstrated repeatedly that people spend measurably more when paying by card than by cash. The credit card companies are aware of this. They funded some of the research. Your credit limit is not a reward for good behavior. It is a pre-approved invitation to borrow money at an interest rate that, at the current national average, sitting above 20% annually, means the television you bought 18 months ago has now cost you the price of 1.5 televisions. The second one went entirely to the bank. You are not getting it back.
The card feels like access. It feels like flexibility and convenience, and points toward a free flight you will probably never book. What it functionally is a short-term loan with a minimum payment deliberately calibrated to keep you in debt long enough to extract maximum interest. And it works because it never feels urgent. It feels manageable, right up until the total balance does not. One swipe is nothing. 3 years of swipes plus compound interest is a number that makes people sit down.
Number 1, waiting for the right time. This is the habit that causes the most damage, not through drama, not through a single catastrophic decision you can point to later, through patience, through the quiet compounding cost of waiting for circumstances that will never feel quite ready enough. You will start investing when the debt is slightly more under control, when the income stabilizes, when you have a little more breathing room, when the timing feels better. This reasoning sounds like caution. It functions like an invoice you did not know you were signing.
Here is the actual math. An investor who puts $300 a month into a broad index fund starting at 25 will have by 65 somewhere between $800,000 and over $1 million based on historical average annual market returns. Someone who waits until 35 to begin that exact same habit ends up with roughly half that amount. Same monthly contribution, same discipline, same percentage return. 10 fewer years. Approximately $400,000 difference. Not lost in a bad investment, not stolen, simply never earned because the starting point was delayed by a decade while conditions were being evaluated.
The market did not pause during that decade. It continued compounding without you, indifferent to your timing concerns and completely unaware that you were getting ready to get started. Every month you waited was a month of returns that can never be recovered because time is the one variable in the formula that cannot be replaced by a larger contribution later. You cannot deposit 10 years. You can only begin from wherever you currently are, which is a worse position than last year, which was already worse than the year before. You were not being careful. You were paying a bill you never saw itemized until it was too late to dispute the charges. If you want more of this, subscribe to Cash Verdict. Ledger will be here.